Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are out there. Thank you for coming back to another episode of the Sloth and Money Radio Podcast, live and uncut.
Episode 2!
Episode 2, that was the loudest that you could have possibly been.
Well, you're so concerned about getting the intro perfect, I figured I might as well mess it up right now.
So it was actually, it was going spot on.
It was going pretty good, but that's where I jump in to ruin it.
So, tonight, as it is July 4th, 2013.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
All right, you got to back away from that.
I ain't backing away from
getting,
shit.
No, you're getting turned down right now.
You ain't turning me down.
I don't know which one's yours.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, that one's yours. Okay. Yeah, you got turned down. So, July 4th, 2013, there are probably going to be pops, blips, bleeps, bloops in the background. Those will be the explosions.
Gunshots, and you might actually hear some actual fireworks from people in their backyards.
It is Hampton, Virginia, so there are many gunshots.
I don't think many is the word. I think every night we come out here, we hear a gunshot. We just have to close the door and pretend that we're not in here.
Sounds about right. So, what's the main topic for today? What's that, Mike? The
Dun,
top
dun,
six?
dun, dun,
Oh, wait,
dun.
it's not even a top six.
Nickelodeon. We're going to talk about our favorite Nickelodeon moments. Nothing in particular, but everything in general. Some people made a list. Vic, not me, because I am too eccentric to make a list. And
my name is Mike, and I use my real name on the air. Thanks.
Well, we got to start.
It's Sloth and Money.
Sure,
And we're not starting over, because whatever.
Let me just...
It's like people don't know who we are. Thanks for ruining the facade.
I was trying to rewind the show. Some people made a top 6, not me, but that person being who are you? What are you, Money? Money made no, seriously, Sloth made a top 6 of his favorite Nickelodeon moments, but me being Money, I did not. Not that I am, because I'm a currency, but because I'm eccentric and I didn't make a top 6, I just figured I'd make a top list.
Or do you have a coin so we can flip a coin to see who has to go first? Or do we have to...
No.
Oh, right here, I found a coin.
Oh, good. Why don't you hold it up to the mic so everyone can see what color it is?
It's brown.
It's brown.
How about we do this?
How about we not have dead air? Well, you look. What are you doing? You're not helping the situation at all. Oh my God, there's a snake. There might seriously be a snake out here. This is the worst. We should actually probably just start.
No, it's fine. We're only 2 minutes.
Really bad.
We're gonna flip a master lock.
Do you want the Chris Masters?
Do you want the side with the white dot or the side without a white dot?
Let's see. Man, it's kind of. I'll take the white dot. And
lands on the white dot.
White dot. What do we just flip for?
Who goes first?
Oh, okay. So let me pull up my list because I actually made a list. Actually, I'm just gonna start with just like for real. The '90s were such a pivotal moment in our lives because we were blossoming young kids. We had no worries in the world. We had to just go to school, not crap our pants, and pretty much that was life. But in the middle of all of that, you got to come home from school and there'd be afternoon cartoons and there'd be ham sandwiches and chocolate milk. I'm speaking from my own experience.
I was going to say I didn't have those things.
If you didn't have those things, then you had a pretty bad...
We had like biscuits and gravy and... well, that's really about it. That's all I ate.
Disgusting.
Biscuits and gravy.
Dude,
what?
I'm from New Jersey. I'm sorry that I didn't have biscuits and gravy when I got home from school. I mean, I might have that now, in the mornings. But when I got home from school...
when we had the Flintstones push pops. Those were the best.
Were good.
Because I remember, and we're talking 90s, so it flows right in with it. Yeah. You used to buy the entire box of the Flintstones push pops, and you could make it into a car.
Okay. Did you ever take the Flintstones chewable vitamins?
Yes, I did.
Because those are awesome.
You guys remember, I know all of you out there eventually had some sort of stomach or throat virus where you had to take the bubblegum flavored.
I have some of that in my house right now. I mean, it's not for me, but I know the flavor.
You're going to take it anyways.
Dude, it tastes so good. Why not? Just put it on down. But anyways, like you'd come home from school and you have your snacks ready and you turn to your favorite channels. Now, usually I remember watching Power Rangers after Oprah. But once all that...
Yeah, I used to watch Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Oh, Big Bad Beetleborgs. After all that dust would settle, you would usually have one channel that you would just stick to. And me, personally, I would just stick to Nickelodeon. So today's topic is, like you say, Nickelodeon.
I didn't want to do Nickelodeon because I'm not a Nick fan.
And that doesn't even make sense because, like, the most important things that I remember as a child are Nickelodeon related. So explain to me before we even get into this, why don't you like Nickelodeon?
Because I was a Foxbox, WB, and Cartoon Network child.
Fox Box WB. So what did you have? You had like the Jackie Chan Adventures.
Oh, we had Jackie Chan Adventures, Digimon, Pokemon, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Two Stupid Dogs.
I like Two Stupid Dogs.
Ain't that cute? But it's wrong!
Dude, Jackie Chan Adventures are actually pretty good.
Exactly. So you're making your argument.
Oh, let me see. Would I rather have Jackie Chan Adventures, or would I rather have Rugrats? Would I rather have Courage the Cowardly Dog, or would I have Real Monsters?
I'd rather have Courage, because
And
you're not
insane.
perfect. You're not perfect!
No one's going to get that reference, but I will tell you what they will get. They will understand why Nickelodeon's superior to the Fox Box, WB, whatever nonsense you had as
So
a
you're
child.
telling me the top grossing video game of the Game Boy era is completely invalid because you love an orange blob that shows up on your screen that goes doo-doo.
We could talk about this electric yellow rabbit another day, but today we're talking about Nickelodeon. So let me start off.
He wasn't a rabbit, he was a rodent.
Let me start off with my list, and I'm gonna raise you Snick, because every Saturday night
You're choosing an entire programming block.
but it's Nickelodeon.
But it's
Nick,
not a show, it's a program. That would be like me picking Nick at Night.
dude. You could do it.
Well, then I have to change my number 6.
It's again. We're not doing a list. We're doing our favorite moments and things that happened at the time.
Okay,
we
fine.
were a kid.
Fine.
Because I didn't make a top 6.
Well, you know what? Fine, because I know what I have to change my number 6 to, because we're not doing a list.
Take all of the numbers you have and rip them off of the paper and just use the topics.
Well, because I live in 2013, I have the list on my phone. Unlike this man,
God
who
forbid.
put it on a what you got paid in this?
I don't even know what. I found a random envelope because I didn't want to write. So
Let's
anyways.
continue the show.
Nick, if you
Snick.
put an S
Snick.
in front of Nick, you get Snick, and I think that's topical because Snick was a part of the channel Nickelodeon. So Saturday nights, Snick, you would get some really incredible programming, such as like Are You Afraid of the Dark? I think Ren and Stimpy used to come on there.
See, that's why it's not fair, because I already have Are You Afraid of the Dark on my list.
Yeah, so I think Ren and Stimpy used to come on Snick as well.
It did.
So I mean, like every Saturday they would get on the big red couch, and they would just chill.
I hate that couch.
And I would envy those kids because I'd be like, man, look at that big red couch. That looks like so much fun. I want to be one of those kids. And then they'd play all that. And it's like I'm sitting at home. I'm like 7 years old.
You know, you completely whiffed on one show that really matters. Kenan and Kel. You whiffed. You just whiffed so hard on that.
I guess I did. But
Wide right.
Kenan and Kel is like, I can't even explain what that show is, because that show is pretty much our life, but just on TV. Like every time we hang out and we go on an adventure, it usually turns out to be some kind of fail where it becomes a good time, but I usually get really upset, such as Kenan, and you usually just sit back and just let everything roll off your shoulders like Kel, and you enjoy it regardless of what may come. I'm not going to go...
Dude.
Exactly. I'm not going to go into what happened when we went to Richmond for Raw, but needless to say,
I think we should, because I don't want to tell.
We could save it, because if I even talk about it, I might have another mental breakdown. I almost had a complete collapse.
He was pounding on the wall.
Yeah, I'm shocked I didn't get kicked out of Richmond Coliseum, honestly. So that would have been me being Kenan, and you being Kel handled the situation like a gentleman. And I want to thank you for letting me not get arrested that night. But yeah, Snick was really just the base of like how you'd like to spend your Saturday night as a kid. I mean, for me, because I was antisocial then. I mean, thinking about it now, I would just chill. No, really, I've been antisocial.
Implying
my
we're
entire
both
life.
not antisocial.
I hate most people, but I think really at the root of it, I hate myself. But the thing is that every Saturday night, I was chill on the couch and I'd watch Snick, and it would just fill me with so much joy. So many great shows. I just think about it now.
Everyday French with Pierre Escargot.
Oh, so many fond memories of freaking all the skits that they would do. Like
Vital information for your everyday life.
Amanda Bynes skits where she'd be like, "Ask Ashley, dear Ashley," and then she would
Why
just
do my
freak
feet
out.
stink?
Yeah, and then just all the good stuff. Then freaking Kablam. It's just, oh my god, man. I'm getting very excited right now thinking about it. And
You are sweating profusely.
I am becoming very wet. with perspiration thinking about this, and I pass it on to you so I can digest what I just brought to the table.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and produce right here a show that people might not have been so excited about because it came in towards the end of our childhood, towards those years when like Mr. Meaty started coming out and it started going downhill. My Life as a Teenage Robot on my list was number 6. Not a lot of people watched this show or liked it, but I loved it because it has Jenny, a teenage robot, going through the everyday life of a teenage kid, but she's a robot.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
You've never seen this show?
I've heard of the show, but I've never seen the show. I've never seen like the majority of shows that people really love, like after like the late '90s on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it came out like I think 2003 or 4.
That's way past my Nickelodeon. Yeah, not because like I was too cool to watch Nickelodeon, because I've never been too cool to do anything in my entire life. But I just didn't watch it at the time because I was probably more into wrestling.
Also, the animation for the show is blocky and it's kind of like
Funimation style?
No, it's not. No,
Squiggle Vision?
No, it's not like any of those good styles. I'm trying to think of a show to compare it to. I can't really think of anything right now.
Blocky,
but there was one line. The one line that sticks out in my head was for some reason she exploded and flew around the entire United States, causing like $30 million in damages, and because she can generate electricity and do things for people like wash their cars, cut their lawns. They said that, quote, we can rent out Jenny.
Dude, that sounds like some kind of like low-grade Mexican labor. What? She was a robot?
Yeah, she's a teenage robot.
Doesn't make sense.
Not to be confused with one of my favorite shows from Cartoon Network that we'll mention some other time, Robot Jones.
Again, no idea. Yeah. And it's not even because like I was too cool for school to watch cartoons after a certain age. It's just like when I was a little kid, I had two things I was concerned about: wrestling and cartoons.
And Nick. It's not just cartoons; it's Nick.
It was mostly
obviously.
Nick. But like as I aged, it just became.
We had Life with Louie.
Yeah, well, that's Fox.
We had Angela
right?
Anaconda.
Wasn't Life with Louie on Fox?
Fox Box.
You had Angela Anaconda on Fox?
On the Fox Box.
I think you might have had some kind of pirated Fox Box.
We had Bobby's World on the Fox Box.
Those are good shows too. But
exactly.
I'm telling you, they just don't hold. Overall, they just don't hold a candle to Nickelodeon. Bobby's World was great. Gee gosh, Bobby, don't you know? But like Bobby's World didn't have all the other awesome stuff. There wasn't 100.
I wish all of the fans right now out there could, and by fans I mean 2 people, could see my face while he's going on this. Continue.
The 2 fans are us. We listen to this over and over and over and over.
Well, I wish I could see my face right now.
I literally have this application where I put our shows on loop so we can get views. But anyways. Dude, did Bobby's World? What are you laughing about? Did Bobby's World have like 101? Was it 101 good deeds for Eddie McDowd? That was probably the worst premise for a TV show of all time. No, seriously, let's digest that for a minute. Was it 101 good deeds for Eddie McDowd?
It was 101, and he got 12 deeds in, and it was over.
It was the worst show. So let's turn this guy into a dog, and then every week he's gonna have to do menial tasks to try and get himself turned back to a human. And then the show got canceled, so one's to assume he's still a dog right now. It makes no sense. Oh my god. And the guy who turned him into a dog is a super pedophile anyways, but he is, dude. Just Google 101 good deeds for Eddie McDowd.
I'm about to.
Google it right now. And see if you can find the picture of that guy with the mustache looking like Zeb Coulter. But
he has a what?
He has this Zeb Coulter.
No, he has a what?
What?
Can you say that word right for me?
Mustache?
There you go.
What'd I say?
You said mustache.
I said mustache?
Yes, you did.
Well, when I get really excited and talk about completely stupid things.
I rambled
Eddie
hard
McDowd.
on my letters. Yeah. No.
Yeah. But anyways, back to my list of things here. Dude, Our Real Monsters with the Grumble and all the other characters.
The Snorch.
What's her name? Tumbleina?
Oblina. Oblina. Yeah, it's Oblina.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my god.
The Crumble.
Yeah. Dude, that one guy, I don't remember his name, but the dude who would hold
Ickis,
yeah. And there was the dude who would take his eyeball. He would hold his eyeballs in his hand, and he would. I
can't remember his
smell.
name.
That guy's name I can't remember, but that show was awesome, and it was actually it's kind of a creepy show. Like I've watched a couple episodes since then, and it kind of does creep me out.
There's another show I'm pretty sure that's on your list that if you go back and watch it, it does, one, it stands the test of time, and two, there's some adult jokes slipped in there. Rocko's Modern Life.
Dude, Rocko's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy should have never been intended for anyone under the age of 15.
No. I know, no one under the age of 50. There's an episode of Rocko's Modern Life where they're sitting on the couch. They've all been eaten by the giant vacuum cleaners.
Yeah.
And the announcer, there's like a female announcer, and she's like, the president's motorcade is rounding around the corner. Pop, pop, pop. Shots have been fired.
Dude, I remember that because I just watched that. We might have watched it on Netflix together. But, yeah. Those shows, speaking of pop, 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 there's something going on in the streets right now. People are screaming and running. I'm just going to pray and hope it's fireworks and not a drive-by like it's usually. But anyways, those two shows, especially when I think about them, just bring to mind like shows that are cartoons and people think, hey, let's put our kids in front of the TV and let them watch it, like SpongeBob. I hate SpongeBob.
I like SpongeBob.
I know you do. And I
didn't have it on my list, though.
Good. I'm glad it's not on your list. And I hate to bring it up, but it's just like when I think about shows like
Crumb.
Crumb
is his name.
That stinky bastard. When I think about shows like Ren and Stimpy and like Rocko's, I love those two shows. Well, Ren and Stimpy, I guess I'm like in the middle, but I can't stand
my dad loved Ren and Stimpy, so we watched Ren and Stimpy all the time because we'd VHS tape it and watch it over and over together.
Ren and Stimpy's like wildly inappropriate.
Wildly inappropriate is an understatement.
Dude, it's so inappropriate that recently they remade it and they made it even more X-rated. I don't know what they call it, but it was like something. I think it came on like Spike TV.
Oh, the Ren and Stimpy director's cut or uncut or something ridiculous.
But they're new episodes too, and it's real. I can't watch it, and it's me. I am like socially, morally depraved, and I don't even want to watch it. But Odd Real Monsters was a great TV show, and if you ever get the chance to, if you've got one lying around, if you have a Sega Genesis lying around, or it might have been on SNES as well.
Yes,
dude, the game.
Yes.
You ever played the game Odd Real Monsters? Dude,
hold on. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's sitting in my top drawer.
Well, at some point this week,
it's sitting in my top drawer.
Dude, bring it in right here. Bring it in. Odd Real Monsters, the game. If you haven't played it before, play it immediately, especially if you like the show.
You know what other game's sitting in my top drawer? Ren and Stimpy, the game.
Ren and Stimpy, the game. They had like a couple, I think.
The good one where Powdered Toast Man would save you.
Powdered Toast
Man!
But yeah.
Oh, so I guess it's my turn now?
There were some good Genesis games.
Is it my turn now? Because I want to mention Clarissa Explains It All.
Guess what's on my list? Clarissa Explains It All. But please continue.
Yeah, I mean, I have very fond memories of her having to deal with her little brother and the troubles.
Ferguson. Why are you laughing?
Because I couldn't remember his name.
Dude, you can't remember that ginger's name?
Her mom and dad just being the dirt worst.
Her parents were terrible, and she had this, like, weird pseudo-boyfriend guy who would climb up through her window and through this ladder. I don't know.
The intro was probably my favorite part.
The intro was pretty cool.
Because it had bright colors and shapes, and it held my attention.
It was really cool. Who did that? Sabrina, Melissa Joan Hart, right? Sabrina the Teenage Witch before she was Sabrina.
I don't think so.
I'm not going to tell you to Google it while I talk,
I'm gonna Google
but you should Google it immediately. Because I don't know much about anything, but if it's anything I know anything about, it's meaningless trivia about
Why are you getting
Melissa
so
Joan
loud?
Hart. Because Melissa Joan Hart was Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and I'm trying to tell you that she was on the show Clarissa Explains It All. And I'm not saying I know this because I've Googled her a lot of times, but I just happen to know it. So anyways, that was a cool show. I think that might have had a game, too? I don't know. But, even if it didn't have...
It only had 5 seasons.
5 seasons? Get out. That's more than I thought it would have had. Even if that show didn't have a video game, a lot of the things that were
it was Melissa Joan Hart.
Yes, Melissa Joan Hart.
A lot of the things that were on the show were video game related because she would have that big CRT computer.
Oh my!
And they would
yes.
They would do these like things to. They would have these animations and these terrible flash animations to explain whatever she gotten herself into that episode. But that was a cool show. I liked that one a lot. What you got?
I'm just deferring back to you because that was mine.
That was yours?
That was mine.
Did I just steal your thunder?
I mean, we're doing this show together. There's no thunder to steal.
You ever have Dr. Thunder?
What?
Dr. Thunder is a Dr. Pepper ripoff.
Yes, actually I have, because one time when I was at a pool, because I can't swim, folks, I can't swim, I'm sorry.
Dude, I can't swim.
I was trying to tread the water, and I was treading the water so much, my feet were scraping the bottom, because I'm not that tall, but I'm 6'6", so my feet are scraping the bottom of the pool. So we get out and we have to walk back to my friend's house with blood dripping off of my feet on a 98-degree pavement. It was.
Were you in a pool or were you on the aggro crack? Because that segues into our next show. Global Guts with Mike O'Malley. We're going up to the aggro crack. Mo, thank you, Mike. And then you just segue into all that nonsense. Dude, Global Guts was such a great show because I wanted to be on that show more than anything in the world. And keep in mind, when I was a little kid, I was a chubby, fat bastard. And I had no agile ability. I was so
I have to fix my
unathletic.
microphone, and I'm totally going to steal his thunder.
You can fix your microphone. I'm getting ready to go off right now because Global Guts was such a great show. I used to when I would walk up my stairs, there's this little window and you could wave to people and all that nonsense as you go up the stairs. Screw that. I would jump through the window onto the couch and pretend I was on the aggro crack. I'd run around the living room with the helmet on and I'd pretend I'd be doing all those crazy things. Like when it was basically American Gladiators for kids. That's basically what it was, except people weren't getting destroyed.
I'm pretty sure there's a better example for American Gladiators for kids.
Is American Gladiators
And it's
outdated now?
No. My number one on my list was Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Bring it in! Dude, Legends of the Hidden Temple, oh my god, with the silver iguanas and the blue porcupines and all that good stuff. That was another great show. I always wanted to be on those two game shows. Any game show on Nickelodeon I wanted to be on. Wild and Crazy Kids. Remember when they would have the RC cars and they would drive on the sand and someone would be off on the side of the track and blow up the car? That looks like the most fun in the world, man. I always wanted to be on any of those shows because it just seemed like anything that I was doing in my life meant nothing compared to the fun those kids were having.
You can't do that on TV.
You can't do that on TV? I never wanted to be on a show.
I thought I'd bring it up to just steal all the wind out of our sails.
The wind is gone.
There's a Canadian version of it too, I think.
Really?
Yep. Yep.
Just
like Rupert.
Rupert?
Yeah, Rupert. Rupert was a Nick show, and I loved Rupert.
I don't even know.
Because there's a Canadian and an American version of it.
What year is this?
Rupert came out in the early infancy of...
Oh, so the early stuff.
Yeah, with Allegra's Window and Eureka's Castle.
I remember last week when I almost had an aneurysm because I could...
You couldn't figure it out.
Dude, for the love of God, I thought that it was called Allegra's Castle, and then my brain, stopped, and I had to Google it, and then I was like, oh, it's Eureka's Castle and Allegra's Window.
Mental acrobatics is what happened.
I don't even think it was that... It was bad, man. I thought I was losing my mind. That sounds way better than what happened, actually. But yeah. Another show that's on my list, Figure It Out, where they would just take all the... Where they would just take all the Nickelodeon celebrities and put them on the show. That show was great. They brought it back recently.
Yeah, they brought it back recently.
Is it good?
It had Fred on it.
Then it's not good. But I haven't seen it recently. But, dude, that show was cool because you'd have, I remember that one kid would be on there all the time, Pete from the Pete and Pete.
Yeah.
When he was all grown up and gingered out.
I don't know if you remember this. The video for the intro of Pete and Pete, when he's sticking, the little Pete was sticking his head out of the car window. When I was real little and Pete and Pete was on, I thought his head was getting cut off because he had a red shirt on around his neck and he had his tongue sticking out.
Now I need to watch that. I don't know that scene, but now I'm going to have to watch it. I know you sent me a clip of the Pete and Pete last week. I need to watch it.
Mr. Tasty is the creepiest.
I got to watch it.
Mr. Tasty is the creepiest. There's a picture of Mr. Tasty with the Twin Towers in that episode.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
That sounds terrifying.
It is. I told you he's the creepiest.
Just the thought of that.
And he's not. He's standing in public. Someone's taking pictures of Mr. Tasty in his Mr. Tasty outfit, in his uniform.
Terrifying.
He's grabbing himself now because he's like, what's going on?
Back to Figure It Out for a second.
I'm glad your phone created so much feedback onto the microphone.
Did it really?
Yes, it did.
Well, I didn't know my phone was coming out of my pocket. I needed to see what's going on in my pocket.
All right, I guess.
We're not moving on yet because I got one more thing to mention about Figure It Out. The host of the show, Summer Sanders. If I've ever had a crush on a Nickelodeon host, it'd be Summer Sanders. She was adorable. She had blonde hair. She was sporty. I don't even know what she's from. I think she's like an athlete or something. I have no idea. I think she's still relevant.
I have to make a question for Google. I have to go ahead and see if my memory serves me right, if I got this. But continue.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm going to continue talking about Summer Sanders. Ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen, if you don't know who Summer Sanders is and you have an affinity for blonde-haired girls, and I don't, but she's sporty and she has blonde hair, Google her right now. What are you doing?
What, me?
Yeah, you. What are you doing?
I'm making sure that Ghost Rider was on Nickelodeon.
I believe Ghost Rider...
Yeah, really early in the morning when they showed Nick News is when I think it was on. Because I know I've seen it on WHRO.
PBS, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I've definitely seen it on PBS, but I might recall seeing some on the Nickelodeon as well. Oh, my God. Dude, what would come on early morning with Linda Ellerby?
Oh, it was on Fox Kids.
Fox
Kids.
Fox! You're really hard over this.
Yeah,
Fox
I love
Box.
the Fox Box, dude. You know what they sent me one time? They sent me... I'm talking into the microphone because I'm so excited about this. One time, the Fox Box sent me, because it was my birthday, a cardboard holder for my remote control for my TV.
You know what I got from Nickelodeon?
I got a blimp one time.
From Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
I got Never Ending Happiness from Nickelodeon, so that's something
I'd
that
much
you can't
rather
really,
have a cardboard.
You can't put a monetary value on something that's going to last your entire life.
Yeah, Never Ending Happiness, says the man who every day, I'm gonna kill myself.
Dude, just because I'm pretty much a bipolar, manic depressive means nothing. Every time I think back about my Nickelodeon memories, they're fond memories, and I get really happy, such as I am right now. I am ecstatic.
Did you know Ghost Rider had a radio series?
Well, that's terrifying.
That's terrifying. How do you paint the visage of a blob bouncing up and down the wall, going into books with your voice?
I would rather.
I guess
not.
it would be like this. I was going to do it, but
we
don't have
need
time.
to start recording our audio throwbacks.
Yeah.
That's another thing to talk about.
I was about to say rub a blank.
I don't think you could say it on the list.
We can't say it on the air on this show.
On this one. Anyways, what's next on your list?
I thought it was your turn, but I mean,
I just been going boom, boom, boom.
I mean, because you love Nick, so it's your
I love
thing.
Nick, dude. Nick is like, oh my god,
Angry Beavers.
Angry Beavers. You know,
Get out of here, Bug.
I like Angry Beavers. You know, wow, when you think about that,
The
now,
episode that sticks out with me the most, there's an episode where they were leaving their musk behind. I don't know if you remember that or not, but that was my favorite.
I don't remember that episode, but just say Angry Beavers.
Angry Beavers.
It's the most sexual thing I've ever heard. Like, I mean, for me now, because at the time we were like 8 years old, and now that we've encountered Angry Beavers in our life, is a euphemism for it's. Anyways, at any rate,
I think you're just stretching.
I'm stretching the Angry Beavers. See what I'm saying?
I almost flipped my microphone.
Don't flip your microphone.
Don't throw your...
What were the Beavers' names? Was it like Daggett
Daggett,
and
Norbert.
And Norbit? Dude,
Norbert.
Norbert?
Norbert?
I'm not gonna...
Norbert.
Bert?
Remember that time they built their house by accident?
No.
Because science.
I'm shaking my head. I wish I could have...
See, here's the thing.
recorded
I don't
the
understand
sound.
how you can love so much. You love so much of Nick, but then I have these very specific memories of Nick. Well, I mean, that's how my memory works. I don't have a broad spectrum. I have very specific memories.
I just told you. I was jumping around my living room pretending to be on Global Guts. I'm sure I suffered at least 5 concussions as a child. I also used to wrestle with my
Bare
brother.
minimum.
And he would put me in the sharpshooter. He'd pile drive me. I had a physical childhood. I'm sure I was concussed back then. So
I mean, I used to have one of those wrestling, but I still have it. I have the Macho Man NWO Randy Savage.
Oh, yeah.
But his voice box was ripped out.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I just hit my microphone.
Was it which beaver was way cooler than the other one?
Daggett was the one who was very childish. Norbert was the one that was very mature, and he was very aristocratic.
Was it so? Norbert was cool as shit. Basically, is what you're trying to say.
He's the one who always convinced Daggett that he could do dumb things, and Daggett wouldn't get hurt, but then Daggett would.
Well, yeah. And so Norbert's the blonde one who was super chill.
He was the blonde one.
That guy, dude. I don't know. I wish I could Google this right now, but is Norbert's voice the voice of the cat Salem from Sabrina, which also features Melissa Joan Hart?
It's not even a question for me because I know that.
You know that voice. That voice is so
it's so easy for me to put voices together. Like as soon as I started watching Adventure Time, I was like, oh my god, Bender's a dog. Yeah.
Melissa Joan Hart cross references all night here.
Yep.
But
I know you'd like to cross her references.
hey, Fee, what's going on? Fee's a big fan of the Angry Beaver show. That's one of her favorites, actually. Her Nick Toon show. Whose turn is it? I'm ready to go. Whose turn is it? Whose turn is it?
I can just go. Jesus, calm down. I've got obviously Angry Beavers, Rocco, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Clarissa, My Life's a Teenage Robot.
Doug!
I didn't like.
I'm sorry I screamed in your garage at like whatever time it is right now.
I didn't like.
Dude,
I
Doug?
didn't like.
Doug?
I didn't like.
Doug?
I didn't like the.
Is
new,
my
I didn't
favorite
like the New
show.
Adventures of Doug.
No one liked the New Adventures of Doug. You think the people that recorded audio for that show liked it? They liked the paycheck. The legacy of that show is terrible for the New Adventures of Disney's Doug or whatever the hell. But Doug itself, that was on Nickelodeon, is absolutely my favorite cartoon children's show on Nickelodeon of all time. Doug is much like myself, a little awkward guy who's like really unsure about himself. He's got one friend or a couple friends, and he likes this girl, and he's not sure if the girl likes him back, and he always goes out on these misadventures, and he's got multiple personalities, and he writes in a journal, and at the end of the day, everything turns out okay, and he has a dog named Pork Chop. I don't have a dog, but I like pork chops. But pretty much everything that is about that character, Doug, and probably a lot
His
of other
name was
kids.
Daggett Doofus Beaver.
Well, yeah, and probably the things that relate to Doug and a lot of other kids is that Doug.
Oh my God!
Like Doug's like an everyman, but I guess when you're a little boy,
Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? Because
What?
the voice of Norbert is the voice of Invader Zim.
That means nothing
What?
to me.
That's insane.
I mean,
That's insane. You know how insane that is, people? That's crazy to be able to bend your vocal cords to do that.
That means nothing to me. Because
You
I've
never watched Invader
watched
Zim? You know why?
Invader
Because Invader Zim was on Nickelodeon at its height.
Yeah, and I was probably watching I was probably watching some terrible WWE television then with Triple H defeating everyone back in like 2003. But yeah, Doug. Oh my gosh, Doug is great because
Oh my God, he was on Zatch Bell.
Doug encompasses like everything that I am now, and even as a kid. And that's my absolute all-time favorite show. All the characters, like he would have, like Quail Man and Jack Bandit, all that stuff.
God, Jack
like
Bandit.
that's how I get through my everyday life. I pretend so much stuff to just get by. Like I don't even know. I am a very eclectic person. My mind doesn't work like a normal person's mind probably
Your
does.
mind doesn't work well.
My mind does not work well. My mind is like a potpourri of madness, and to me, Doug was already on the verge of schizophrenia, or if he already wasn't schizophrenic. So, like, his character is pretty cool because he's just insane. But there's that one shining beam of hope, of ray of goodness in his life, and that's that girl, Patty Mayonnaise. And every day...
Hey, funny.
every day he strives to get with her, and eventually does, and everything is good.
He wasn't, actually. He wasn't the voice of the cat.
Who are you talking about?
He wasn't the voice of the cat.
Invader Zim?
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
I don't know.
However, he was Kanchome from Zatch Bell, so...
No, you. I don't know.
Oh, he was also on Duel Masters.
Again.
I can't believe you never watched Invader Zim.
What's
Oh
Duel
my God.
Masters? This... no one's gonna get this. But if anyone out there is listening, please let me know. There was a show that used to come on Fox back like Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, and it was like this fake MMA show where there'd be a whole bunch of people doing like karate, and they'd be competing against each other for like medallions or something. I need to look it up when we get off because like I don't know what it was. And
Was it an anime?
no, it was real life, and it was like staged, but it was like combat,
Holy balls! Hold on.
and they would wear
Hold
gis
on.
and they would fight.
Hold on, because they have a series of they had a series of toys based off of this.
They probably did.
Because you would put the fighter onto a plastic base and you would spin a red button.
Not Karate Fighters.
It's based off of Karate Fighters.
Well, it's based off of every fighting.
You don't
thing
understand.
ever.
Like that's what it was. They had an expansion off of that, dude. That was the creepiest thing. Besides,
I don't know what that sound just was, but I'm like really excited that someone knows what I'm talking about because I would watch that. You ever watch I think it was called Super Fudge on ABC.
Of course, I watched Super Fudge.
So yeah, I mean there were other channels that had.
We're
good
supposed to be
shows.
talking about Nick.
I know
what
what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is, I mean, there were other shows in our childhood.
All right,
too.
fine break. Salute your shorts. How about that?
Salute Shorts was a great show with Donkey Lips,
Oh, the other day I was.
Bananas. That was a good show. Obviously, I think when anyone thinks about Salute Your Shorts, the things that stand out the most are the theme. Can't buy you wanna, we hold you in our hearts, and when we think about
Can't wanna. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. That stands out in most people's minds. But to me, when I think about Salute Your Shorts, I think about the most terrifying thing.
Hold on. We need a
world.
build up. Say it again. The most terrifying thing. Say it.
The most terrifying thing
In the
world. The episode of Zeke the Plumber.
Oh my god.
I'm about to leave right now because we're recording this in a garage and it's dark. And
I'm
it's
about to go
dank.
turn the lights off, and it's gonna.
Dude, that episode of Zeke the Plumber is so scary. Every time that would come on as a kid, not only could I not watch it, but I would have to turn the TV off and go to my room because I was deathly afraid of Zeke the Plumber. Zeke the Plumber doesn't look like a human being. He looks like some hominid with this big, weird pudding face who's going to kill everyone at camp. Who wants to deal with that?
pudding face.
Dude, who wants to deal with that? So, I think if anyone out there has seen that episode, they're going to know exactly what I'm talking about.
Has anyone in listening out there, have they ever seen Zeke the Plumber?
Just Google it. It's terrifying.
No, I mean, just have you ever seen him in person? Because I know I have.
There's probably 8 Zeke the Plumbers roaming around the city right
Oh
now.
my god!
Think about that.
Think about that as you stare at your ceiling, waiting for sleep tonight. Oh my god. We gotta stop. What's wrong with us?
There's nothing wrong with us. What's left on your list? What else you got?
I have nothing left.
You got nothing
Because
left.
I made a 6-show list. I'm about to go. Hold on. I'm just about to.
For some reason, I have Summer Sanders on here 15 times.
Oh, actually, hold on. I do have because you said programming blocks were okay.
Yeah,
I just don't look at me.
Why are you adjusting?
Nick in the Afternoon with Stick Stickly.
The hell is that? Sounds familiar.
Oh my God! Where were you? You're talking about how I'm the biggest Snick nerd in the history of mankind's humanity, and you don't know who Stick Stickly is?
I've
He's
heard
a
of him.
popsicle.
It's dude. Is it like the big blue face?
That's Face from Nick Jr. Stick Stickly was a popsicle.
What would he introduce?
Hold on. Are you ready?
You can't Google it while we're recording
No,
audio.
No.
I have
Look,
to
because I have to
in
look
the
up
dead air.
I have to look up this song real quick because everybody's gonna pop super hard when I sing
can't
this Stick
play a
Stickly
song.
I'm not playing the song. I'm gonna sing the song.
Don't. Oh,
Are you guys
God.
ready? Are you guys ready for this? Stick Stickly's address. That's right. Write to me, Stick Stickly, P.O. Box 963, New York City, New York State, 10108.
Wow. Again.
Stick Stickly would host a block in the afternoon. And I probably didn't sing the end part of the song right. I don't care. It's been that long. But he made my life complete by being a popsicle because one time
What?
one guy, hold on, you guys ready? There was a Halloween special with Stick Stickly, and you could call in, and you could control the person on the screen with your the dial pad, with the dial pad. And obviously it was rigged, it was fake. They chose who was going to win, all that, etc. But oh my God, Stick Stickly is what made Nickelodeon for me, and that's why I hate Nickelodeon.
Well, you know what's interesting? Remember all the Nick Choice Awards that they do every year? What would they give out? Didn't they give you one of those things?
Excuse me, and or email me at nick.com.
But seriously though, didn't they give out like a blimp? Was that what they give?
Yeah, they gave out the blimp, and you could actually look through the blimp. It was like a kaleidoscope.
So that's what you have?
Yeah.
You still have that?
No.
Oh.
I got rid of it. I threw it away.
Oh. But yeah, dude, I remember like every year they'd have like Tim Allen and like
Oh my God.
yeah, right, and a medley of other celebrities that were about to fall off. Dude, I actually remember.
You mean die?
Well, die, fall off, shows get canceled, stuff like that. But I remember watching those things every year. Those are actually pretty cool. That's not on my list, but for some reason I thought
Welcome to
about them.
Good Burger, home of the Good Burger.
Can I take your order? Yeah, dude. Good Burger obviously spawned off of all that, and which spawned into a really weird movie with Keenan and Kel.
Yeah, Good Burger the movie.
Good Burger the movie. I looked this up recently. Good Burger the movie. I think it was never released on DVD. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this stands correct, but it was never released on DVD. And the VHS on eBay, last I checked, was going for like $80. So if you
Whoa.
yeah, if
Nickelodeon got launched 1979.
2 years before we were born, right?
1979.
I know.
1979. I didn't know
It
Nickelodeon
seems-
was that old.
Yeah,
I mean, Viacom took over in 1985, so that's probably why it got good after that point. It started as the Pinwheel Network in 1977.
it's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Their slogan is "Putting Kids First." Their headquarters is in, who would have guessed it from the song I just sang, New York City, New York.
Is it really?
Yep.
Well, one thing I'm doing this summer, no ifs, ands, or buts, is I'm going to Universal Studios and I'm going to explore whatever they've got that's Nickelodeon rated.
I want to go, but I mean, I just
Come,
don't know that
dude.
I can.
Why? If we go during the week, you can go. But I will be doing that, and I will be talking.
But we have to go there and come back in like 4 days.
It's only like 10 hours away, not even. And I could, dude, I mean, come on. You know now I'm a professional driving 10 hours here and 2 days later leaving and driving 10 hours back. It's no big thing. But I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I know they've got some Nickelodeon swag there, and I gotta check it out. And if I can go there and get slimed, I'll be the happiest man alive. So since your list is over,
My list isn't over.
well, what else you got?
Hey Arnold.
That I've seen.
How do we even completely just negate like Hey Arnold is us?
Hey,
too.
hey Arnold, yeah, it's us.
They yeah.
I don't have the afro yet, but maybe one day.
But like every time we move, we go like woo woo. What?
Do do do
We
do
pa-
do 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 do.
I'm intentionally going off beat to ruin the whole
We
thing.
should just end the show with that. No, but seriously, I guess if you're Arnold and I'm Gerald, that would make Fee Helga G. Pataki. So, yeah, that was a great show. I also like the fact that Helga was
Well,
like...
that would make me Gerald and you Arnold.
I don't want to be... That completely... Well, I don't give it. It's
Because Helga Pataki totally was in love
with Arnold.
Yeah.
And if my
And-
fiance
and-
was in love with you...
Actually, no, that makes perfect sense that I'm Arnold and you're Gerald because the girl with the black hair that was very Asian was in love with Geraldine.
Joe.
Yeah.
I want to be the dude who had severe breathing problems and he'd get punched in the face every episode. And his
Brainy. Brainy?
If there was ever an anti-bullying campaign, it should have been for Helga G. Pataki because she would bully that dude every episode. And she just punched him right in the face as hard as she could. And
she would back fist him.
Yeah,
too.
she would back fist him, dude. Like
God.
spinning MMA back fist.
Dude, like that's probably where Andrews and the Spider Silva learned how to back fist.
Yeah, if Anderson could back fist Chris Weidman this Saturday, like Helga G. Pataki could back fist Brainiac, then maybe he can retain this Saturday.
Do you remember that time Jimmy Neutron came out in 2002?
Yeah, with that show,
Terrible.
I've never watched that
Terrible.
show.
It's bad.
But
It's bad.
You guess who watched it? My dad would watch Jimmy.
What?
Yeah, I've caught my dad watching Jimmy Neutron.
Well, I mean, my dad
quite a
watches.
few times.
My dad watches SpongeBob.
There's something wrong with our dad.
My dad loves. Well, my dad still plays Super Nintendo every day.
Dude, my dad was in a bounce house today.
No.
Yeah, he was. I have a video of it. I should show you.
Danny Phantom was terrible.
I know the name, but I
Yeah,
don't even
it came out in 04.
Like My Fairly Odd Parents. I mean, that's okay. I've catched some of that.
Mr. Meaty had potential, but it came out in 2006, so I was all grown up by that point.
I don't even know. What
It's a show about two dudes that work at a fast food restaurant, but all they serve is meat.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was creepy. We got Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I don't care about.
Avatar was okay. I caught a couple.
But the movie was good. But the show is just whatever.
I caught a couple of those.
And by that I mean the movie was the worst movie I've probably ever seen. After I watched it the second time.
What isn't it? Isn't it live action?
Yeah, it's live action.
It's not good.
Oh, it's not.
'Cause they've got it-
the acting is the dirt worst acting, and apparently by doing air karate, it makes your power stronger.
Air Fu? I don't even know.
Air Fu.
I'm just making.
Oh my God, he's making fire out of nowhere.
We should watch it because I think it's like $5.
I've already seen the movie twice. I'm not watching it again.
I'll watch it twice, and then we could watch it together a third time.
We forgot about Rocket Power.
Oh,
I know.
Rocket Power! What a great show. That's a good show. I didn't like it for a long time,
I didn't want to like it.
and then eventually it grew on me because those summers you'd be at home and there'd be nothing to do, and it's hot and the AC's on.
Can I have the taco in the shape of a fish?
Everyone on that show was Samoan or whatever. The show was great.
Cat Dog was terrible.
Cat Dog. The reason I could not ever watch Cat Dog is because the theme song would make me physically sick. It was the most disgusting notes of a song I've ever heard in my entire life.
We glanced over Kablam, but we didn't talk about the awesome contents of Kablam.
Kablam was great, dude.
Action League now.
Action League now with the naked guy.
The Flesh.
The
you
Flesh,
had.
yeah.
Oh my God. Melt Man with the power to
Melt. Yeah. Dude, oh my God. And the two hosts of Kablam, that was great. The girl with the blue hair and the black dude.
The black dude with the green hair and the girl with the blue hair.
That show was great.
And she had a orange flannel shirt.
Oh, dude!
Are you okay?
Prometheus and Bob.
Oh my God! Yes.
Prometheus and Bob. Prometheus and Bob.
Holy
Dude, oh my God. That show with Bob, the caveman, and Prometheus the alien always trying to just find out his inner workings of his stupid brain.
His poo brain.
His poo brain, yeah. Those skits were so great. I used to love waiting for Kablam because I knew every week there was going to be another Prometheus and Bob. When I get home tonight,
you're going to watch Prometheus.
We should watch Prometheus and Bob.
Before you leave.
Before we leave.
Okay. Well, my phone's going to die, but thankfully you have a brand new phone. Let's go ahead and plug this real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, the LG Optimus G, available at Sprint AT&T. If you go to Sprint, you can get shitty service. But if you get the phone through AT&T, you'll get a little bit better service and a little bit heftier bill. LG, life's good. Ding. Dude, we've got to watch some of the Prometheus and Bob.
I was going to plug my bad phone.
What's your phone? What are you rocking?
Right now, I'm running the 3G, 4G hybrid ZTE Boost Force, and it's a smartphone. That's all I got to say about it because it's terrible.
I like my phone for now. It's real pretty, and tomorrow I'm probably going to drop it and break the glass. That's going to be that.
Well, I mean, as long as you don't take any bumps for drunk people, you'll be
Again,
fine. Wild thornberries.
Wild thornberries is like hit or miss.
Smashing.
Exactly. I could never really get into it because I was never. You're so happy you got to do that. I was never too into the character of Eliza, and I think
Eliza,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the monkey was like named Donnie or whatever, and he could talk, right?
The monkey?
Wasn't he a monkey named Donnie?
The monkey?
Somebody was named Donnie.
Darwin.
Darwin?
Darwin, because he's like Charles Darwin.
It was a terrible show.
Donnie was the little
crazy
kid who was crazy.
Was
apparently he likes crunchy peanut butter.
Dude, was that they found him, or was he in the family?
They found him.
Now, why the hell would they just take this?
Dude, you're trying to remain PG-13, and you just dropped.
I can say hell, but why? Seriously, though,
you've also said bastard.
That's fine.
Shit.
Shit's okay. I think you could get a couple shits in PG-13 movies. Now, I don't know the exact. I think you could even get a fuck in a PG-13 movie as long as you get one.
Well, I know. Watching Shrek, they say ass.
See?
So.
And I can't. I already used my F word for the PG-13. What are you laughing at?
I know you want to say it again.
Dude,
you realize how deep we are? 47 minutes.
No, we're not. I always want to say the F word every day. We shouldn't even call it Sloth and Money. We should just call it fucking fuck. There's my 3 Fs. All right, anyways, though, back to the list.
Chalk Zone.
It's never watched.
Once again, All Grown Up.
All Grown Up, dude. That show, it's a cool premise.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched it and I liked it.
I didn't watch a lot of them, but I have seen them. Me and Fee would watch it on Netflix because we wanted to see what was going on.
Attack and the Power of Juju came out not too long ago. Terrible. Fanboy and Chum Chum. Terrible. Planet Sheen. Even worse than terrible.
I haven't heard of the last 3 of these.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
I'm looking to see what else I got.
Salute your shorts.
I got some weird stuff like that. Gullah Gullah Island.
I was about to actually point out the Nick Jr. shows that I love.
The Nick Jr. stuff.
Oh,
was
Little
pretty
Bear.
good. Little Bear. I go watch Little Bear every day. Dude, I always loved watching Little Bear, and then I would always love watching Franklin because Little Bear was loved by all of his peers, and he was really chill. Whereas Franklin was socially awkward, and people kind of liked him, but you could tell he wasn't all there. He wasn't.
His head was an odd shape.
Yeah, he was he was in those special remedial classes as a turtle and stuff. But that's cool, man. I mean, to each his own. But dude.
Franklin's us, dude.
Franklin's me. I was in remedial math all the time.
I was in. Oh, fuck. What was it? I didn't drop the F-bomb. I almost did. I almost did, folks. I almost did.
I'm not gonna charge you.
Which was it algebra or geometry first? It was algebra first. I was in algebra for 3 years.
I don't even remember it being
because I didn't do my homework. I had to go to summer school 3 times for English because I didn't do my homework. I would have passed every class, but I didn't do my homework.
I don't remember much about math because I zoned out all.
Oh, math is so easy for me, obviously. I mean,
any math course. The only thing that when I think about math,
you just slurred so hard.
I think about math. He got a bicycle!
Come on, dude. People are trying to sleep.
The only thing I can think about math right now, I'm just amped up, man. Nickelodeon. One of the things when I think about math, this has nothing to do with anything Nickelodeon related. But when I think about math, we used to have this. I'm not gonna name names to protect the innocent. But we used to have this hot math teacher, and I shouldn't even go into this because everyone's gonna.
Dude, just go into it.
Together. Well, basically, I used to think our math teacher was hooking up with our art teacher.
Turns out.
Well, I don't know if she was or wasn't, but I just remember one day she came in, her shirt was all like unbuttoned, her hair was all like over the place. She was pretty attractive. But when I think about math, I think about hot teachers.
I've got a better story than that. Go ahead and finish yours.
That's it.
I had a math teacher named Mr. Brown.
What? How are you going to go from a story where I talk about a hot girl being a teacher with her shirt being unbuttoned?
Because my story's better than yours.
And your story starts off with Mr. Brown.
So Mr. Brown was my Algebra 1 teacher, obviously, for the third time when I was going through it. And he lost his job because he was receiving services from a paid escort on the side of the interstate.
Oh, well, that is a good story.
I told you it was better than yours.
Well, I don't know if it's better than mine, but I guess it's proven. But let's see.
But this guy lost. I'm not even making it up. This dude lost his, because one day we had a substitute come in, and we were like, "Where'd Mr. Brown go? He'll be back tomorrow, children. Tomorrow's Saturday. We know you're lying to us." One of the kids comes in and he's like, "Mr. Brown lives next door to me. He got whoop whoop bada po po."
Whoop whoop. What are y'all doing?
Yeah, exactly.
On the interstate getting some services.
Yeah.
I like how you worded that, services. Because we already dropped 3 F-bombs. We couldn't just say, I mean, whatever. That's cool. I appreciate it that you're trying to cover up for me and my transgressions. But one other show that I'd like to mention that is, like, weird. Have you ever watched this Told by Ginger?
I was about to mention that next because I love that show.
Dude, I am a 12-year-old...
And Macy Gray doing the theme song?
Oh, I'm a 12-year-old girl on the inside. I love Britney Spears. I like Twilight. Dude, As Told by Ginger was such a great show. I think
her friends Macy and Dodie.
It was a good show. I think that went under the radar.
And her little sister that like looked like a boy.
Yeah. That sounds like Pepper Ann a little bit. But but As Told by Ginger, that's a good one. My list is almost over. I got Wild and Crazy Kids, we went over that. Gully Gull Island, we went over that. Big Red Couch, yeah, we went over that. I mean, I'm just going to take this list and just rip it up. Because I think, at this point, I've already expressed...
Animorphs had a show.
That's atrocious. At this point, I've already expressed how much my love for Nickelodeon was as a child. And even now that I'm older, I still have such fond memories, and it's so great to reminisce. And hopefully people out there will listen to this and comment and share their Nick memories. And if not, I don't care.
I mean, we can stretch this out for 8 more minutes. We have an hour.
I mean, we don't need to do that.
Yeah, we need to.
Well, I don't know what else you want to talk about for the next 8 minutes. But I seriously though,
Wild and Crazy Kids, get the picture. What would you do? Nick Arcade.
Nick Arcade was great because they like somehow they'd be in the Nick Arcade. They'd be playing like Sonic the Hedgehog, and I don't think that was ever released on the arcade, but. I mean, we're both video game fanatics, so obviously, I mean, for me, that would have been a cool show to just be able to get on. You know, like, would just answer questions, and if you got like enough points, you got to play a game. That was so cool. It's like, and all the prizes they would give away, they always give away bikes and stuff.
We got Allegra's Window, obviously.
Yeah.
Blue's Clues.
Blue's Clues isn't the worst show ever.
I mean, I can't say I didn't watch it because I was a child, so I did watch it.
I used to have to babysit a lot with my mom, and Blue's Clues is actually a pretty cool show.
Did you know Backyardigans are having new episodes showing on Nick Jr.?
Backyardigans is a badass show. That show is awesome. I'll watch that show with my niece and nephew and sing and stuff.
Little Bill.
Little Bill was...
Oh, my God.
I hated that show.
So bad.
That was really... Did Bill Cosby do voiceover show?
Yes, he did.
That's why it was terrible. And I love Bill Cosby, but that's just... I'm not even going to do it in person.
We'll go ahead and I'll give this a shout-out because I've watched some episodes when I was taking cough medicine. I've watched Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yo Gabba Gabba's awesome.
It's awesome, but if you take cough syrup, if you have the flu...
Yeah, you were tripping and you're watching Yo Gabba Gabba? Dude,
Broby, go Broby, go! That's all I gotta say. His arms were like 80 feet long.
You talking about me or Broby?
You
know my arms are freakishly long. Don't laugh about it. It's a disorder. I can't help it.
I think that's all really about.
We've covered so much Nickelodeon. I'm trying to think of like
Skate TV. I roughly remember that.
I don't even know what that is.
Roundhouse. Amanda
You.
Show.
Amanda Show, yeah.
Yeah, I really think that's...
We've covered,
Oh, yeah, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh.
Dennis the Menace was on there?
Get out.
What?
Was it live action? Because I think they
it
had
was
a live
a comedy,
action
so
and a cartoon.
yeah.
That's cool. I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Yeah, I gotta throw this out there. I'm not gonna redact my statement, but I am gonna say that Angela Anaconda was on Nick for like a 2-year period.
I thought so, yeah. Because I remember Angela Anaconda was, they would have skits in Kablam.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was actually pretty cool. That was kind of creepy, the animation for Angela.
Oh, Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice was on Nick. What?
No, it was not. Was it really?
Yes, it was.
Beetlejuice-
94 to 98.
Mind blown. Beetlejuice the cartoon was really cool with the sandworms and all that stuff. That and Lydia.
Ace Ventura Pet Detective, the cartoon show.
That was a cartoon?
Oh my god. There was an episode where there were a bunch of seagulls and they gave them stuff and they just pooped everywhere. I remember that.
I remember the movies a little bit. I never knew they had a cartoon.
That had to be the most facetious way that I've ever said anything in my life.
It's us.
You're right.
You know. I did not know they had a cartoon, let alone it being on Nickelodeon. That's kind of interesting.
Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder, can he fix it? Bob the Builder, yes he can. I used to sing that all the time. I once got sent to the office in the 5th grade because I was singing the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song.
Because you said, "Oh,
Yeah.
who's making that
I
noise?"
screamed. I went. You know the part after
I
he
think
goes,
that's
"Are
why-
you ready, kids?" And he goes, "Oh!" I held it for like 45 seconds, and she's just like, "Michael, go to the office."
I
was like, "All
think
right,
that's
right on."
deep down why you hate SpongeBob now.
No, I would have hated it regardless. I just don't like it. I don't. It's just stupid. I don't know.
Well, if we can stretch out 3 more minutes.
There's no reason to stretch anything.
I
I think
like-
at this point, because if we stretch any audio out, it's just going to be watered down, and we
Yeah, but we can
don't
just
wanna do that.
Well, we do.
Well, I don't know. You got any other topics you want to talk about? You want to talk about something that's super topical? You want to talk about any
I want to do the topic if you want to talk about it for a little bit. The no bread, no cheese.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about that for like 2 minutes or so. Well, Sloth and myself, Money, we are going to go breadless and cheeseless for the next month. We're not going to eat any bread, any cheese, because over the last couple of years, I've gone from weighing 260 pounds to 185. It varies, usually like 183, 185.
I've gone from 298 to 229.
And we are quite thrilled with our weight loss. We want to try and keep it up. I did something last year where I just kind of ate a lot of spinach for like a week and kind of cut off some breads and cheese and stuff. I did it for a week and I liked the results. I'm going to try and do it for a full month. And to prepare myself mentally and emotionally, yesterday I ate 5 slices of stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut.
That's a
And
good way to get it started, you know.
That was the worst way to get it
You
started.
know what I ate to get ready for it? I had for the first time in my life cottage cheese. And it was so good. It was the most delicious type of cheese I've ever eaten.
I just can't. It just looks so
It
disgusting.
looks disgusting. You just gotta give it a chance. You know how you like women that have stuff all on their face and they're all dirty?
Yeah,
Just give it a chance.
I know, I guess.
And it's high in protein, so you can eat it after your workout.
I guess. I mean, I was gonna say something. Well, screw it. I don't want to. I hate like saying something and not finishing it. When you just said it looks disgusting, and you just kind of have to give it a chance, I'm just gonna leave that one alone. But yeah, if we can do this next month and go no bread, no cheese for the next month, hopefully we can lean out a little bit. I'm really excited about it. I ate like a pig yesterday, so I could get ready for it.
I had teppanyaki Chinese buffet.
The Chinese buffet here is so good.
Astronomical. They have koi that are the size of your face.
They do. And their waitresses are really nice. Unlike some people I know, not naming names, Candy on Jefferson Boulevard, you can go suck a dick. But, what?
Because you're trying to keep it clean.
Dude, you can say suck a dick and it's PG.
You can't.
PG-13.
You can't.
Fuck.
Are we talking like PG-22?
Well, I guess.
Well, look, go ahead and we can give a shout out to our sponsors. Our sponsors tonight are...
No one, because everyone hates us.